Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about M3 panels, how to navigate, how to set them up, and we'll go through a few other pieces of info. Most importantly, how to get rid of that annoying text box in almost every program. Okay, so what is a panel? Each panel is a tab of information for that particular product. Right now at the bottom of my screen you see E, F, G, T. If I drill into my item, you're going to see panel E, panel F, panel G, and then the text box. The panel sequence that you have is defined in your settings. Every program in M3 has this. If you go to Actions, F13 Settings, you'll see a panel sequence set up, E, F, G, T. If I get rid of the T and hit Enter, you'll notice the T is gone on the bottom of the screen. If I exit and come back, EFG is still present there on my screen. What I just did was a permanent change. No matter if I go in and out of this program, that EFG is going to stick because I've defined it in my Actions Settings EFG. If I wanted to, I could switch these around or temporarily remove them. If I decide that I don't want to see the F panel, so now I'm just going to drill into this and look at E, F, G. If I wanted to get rid of the F panel, and now I just have E and G. Also, these panels can be moved around in any order we want. I just moved the G panel before the E panel. Wow, that's crazy, but let's take a look. If I click into it, now the first panel that I get into is G panel. Pretty cool. And anything that I do down here with my bar, that's temporary. So once I close out of the program and then I reopen the program, it goes back into whatever's set in Actions F13 Settings EFG. Item Master actually has a ton of different panels of information. I'm just showing 3 of them. Let's add some. My choices are, if I want to add them temporarily just for this session, I could just add them right here on the bottom. If I right click the bar, I could click in Direct Change and do EFGHI, and I could do it like that. Or another way to do it is I can click on Add Panel and then click on the panel that I want. And again, if I want to, I can move them around so that again I get the K panel before the F panel. Whatever makes sense for your flow, you can set it up here. And again, anything I do down here right now is only valid for this session. If I hit close and I reopen, it goes back to the original panel sequence that was in my settings panel sequence. So to make a permanent change, I want to go to Actions, Settings, and then go permanently. I've added all these extra panels. Very common throughout M3 is when you first sign in, every program's going to have a text box, and most of them you're not even going to use it. So typically the first time in M3, go to Actions, Settings, remove that text box, and then that's all you have to do. You can always add it back in later. Why this is useful is, let's say I wanted to edit the same piece of information on 5 pieces of info. So one way would be, let's say for every one of my items I want to change this accounting control object. So after I make the change, I would have to cycle through every single one of these panels and then go on to my next one and then cycle through every single one of those panels. That would take a ton of time. What's great about M3 is I could just get rid of all of this, which I'm going to do here. And now if I highlight 5 items, I can make the change item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5, item 6. Okay. Was it 5 or was it 6? I don't know. I can't count. That does show you the benefit of just having one panel when you have to change the same field on multiple different items. What I just talked about today is good with any program throughout M3. They all have Actions F13 settings, they all have a bunch of panels, and moving forward you can use these steps to get rid of your text box. Thanks for viewing my video today.